Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be reading and reacting to One Piece chapter 1061. Excuse my little bit of bedhead. I woke up pretty late, so I'm a little kind of dazed here. But nonetheless, we have a new One Piece chapter, so let's get right into it. All right. Island, what, the 1061. Did I say 161? I meant 1061 if I didn't. Future Island Egghead. I saw Vegapunk. I don't know. Let's just go. All right. Who's that? Oh my goodness. Oh, they're gonna, because they're gonna save. Oh my goodness. Okay. Who's that? They just popped out of the water, and you got like Luffy. He's saving Chopper and Nami. Sorry about my mic. Who? I'm safe. Where's the monster? Oh no, it's still down there. Wait, is there like something actually there? Fight like a monster too? Look down. Oh good, they're still alive. Where do those guys think they're going? That little kid's yelling about something. Look down. What's down? Oh my good. Oh, what the heck? Oh, there's something just under the surface. It's terrifying. Get us out of here. And then like, you got this like kind of awesome panel with like, so they pop the bubble and it looks like there's a giant shark coming out of the water. Oh my goodness. This is actually really cool art. I like that. That's awesome. Oh, and yep, it's but it's not just a shark. It's got something on the side of it. What is that thing? A shark? It's too big for that and made of metal? Oh, hang on tight. We're about to hit the water. Blast it. Blast it. Luffy and Chopper fell into the sea. Oh no. They're in trouble. Grab him. Grab the helm, Frankie. Bring the ship around after us. You got it. You know what? So yeah. So Frankie just lifted, I'm assuming, Vegapunk's shark design for his submarine. So ship's bottom. And they have a little like thing that comes out of the bottom of their ship. That's cool. Rabbit screw. Oh, cool. And then, but it's shooting. It's shooting like torpedoes at them. Oh, what was that? Look out. We're gonna capsize. Oh man, they're really getting messed up. Nah, Robin, Nami. This is kind of crazy. They save Bonnie and then suddenly get attacked by a giant shark. Oh, and then, yeah, Jinbei going after Chopper and Luffy. Luffy, Chopper, don't worry, I'm here. What was that? What was that exploding sound I just heard? Hang in there. You hang in there, you three. We're headed for the surface. Whoa, look at this. Look at this current. Not much a rudder can do in this. And then, oh man, the shark's gonna blast a laser beam at him. Or like, I don't know, a rocket cannon. I don't know. A cannon? We've got to dive down to escape. Take as big of a breath as you can. So you've got you've got Luffy, who is completely out because he's a devil fruit user. You've got Nami, who's a regular person and is completely out. You've got Chopper, who's completely out too, who is also a devil fruit user. And then he's just like, all right, here it goes. And then they dive right back into the water. Man, the Sunny is underwater. Like, completely underwater. Like, it's capsized, it's sinking. That's kind of insane. We've never seen the Sunny in this much danger. And especially given how goofy this is. The current's so fast, we can't surface. And then the shark's coming up on them. Oh! Cool new Frankie suit. New battle Frankie. Vega Force 1. Oh, no, wait. Maybe this isn't... Oh, Vega Force 1, you say? Then this is not Frankie's suit. This is not a battle Frankie. And it's beating the crap out of this shark as everybody else is kind of like just dying. And, okay. I have a feeling I know where this is going. I thought I was going to cut away entirely, but I have a feeling I know where this is going. At a nearby island, Naval Branch G14. It's time for your medicines, kids. You can do it. And then we got Navy HQ Captain Tashigi. Okay, but I'm only drinking this because you said so. Because you said to, Tashigi. Gross. Bleh. I think I've shrunk a lot so far. They all look still really big. You have. I hardly recognize you, Mocha. Tashigi, do you have a minute? Oh, who the heck is this? Have we met her? I'm getting real sick of that Helmeppo kid. Can't you do something about him? Ooh, Helmeppo. Navy HQ G14 Base Commander Vice Admiral Dahl. I'm afraid I can't blame him. His best friend's safety is in question, and Captain Kobe is a valued officer who came up after me. Guys, please. We're supposed to be comrades. So he's a lieutenant commander of Sword. Lieutenant commander of Sword. Okay. Okay, so we're getting sword stuff in this. And then we get Hibari, who is a new character. I'm begging you too, sir. Captain Kobe's done so much for me. Oh, yeah, we're getting sword stuff. That's cool. You gotta go with us to Pirate Island. We need this, Your Highness. Your Highness. Yeah, please, Your Highness. But but you're talking about Pirate Island. Blackbeard's hideout. A place crawling with so many pirates, every surface is pockmarked from the constant shootouts. Navy HQ, a Rear Admiral, also part of Sword, Prince Gruss. Oh, weird, a prince. That's why they call it Full of Lead Island. Okay, but we're so close to Egghead. We could take the Seraphim. Ooh, have you lost your minds? Take a step back and reassess. We don't even have contact with Drake at this point. There's nothing we can do. Get it through your heads. Interesting. So like, it's cool seeing a bunch of different people that are like part of Sword. Okay, Team Luffy, do you seriously not know who I am? We're both part... Of course Luffy doesn't know who she is. We're both parts of the worst generation. Our names have been associated this whole time. I was there in Sabaody 2 years ago. Oh, so you're the worst too, huh? I'm Bonnie. Just to be clear, we're enemies. But thanks for saving me. Oh my goodness. Oda he can't help but draw naked girls. That's cold. No problem. Oh, no problem, Boggy. He's calling her Boggy. This guy's supposed to be an emperor, as him and Chopper are just kind of like goofing around. What's up with your bounty poster with your hair all white? The papers were making a big deal over you. Oh, that's what I look like when I'm free. What does that mean? And what happened to your crew? They're fine, I bet. They're fine, I bet. Luffy just doesn't care. I can't believe. Okay, so Luffy and the crew got down on the island by themselves, and the other member of the crew got saved by Vegapunk. I'm just gonna assume there. I can't believe you have Jinbei, first son of the sea. And what about you? And what about your ship and crew? I came here alone. That metal monster ate my ship. Speaking of eating, I'm hungry. Oh, Luffy. Let's look for a restaurant. I'm starving too. Do you have any money, Luffy? No, you ignorant fools. There are no restaurants here. This is a government island. Let me explain. It's called Egghead. A place 500 years in the future, they say. The island that houses Dr. Vegapunk's laboratory. Vegapunk? Hey, I know that name. Yeah, and I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind. Oh man, wow. Okay, we didn't get okay. I probably should have expected it before, but I feel like we didn't get a good representation of the scale of Vegapunk's giant robot. It is holding like this. It's holding like this. The Sunny. It is massive. It's so big. I am so surprised by this. You got Frankie freaking out, and then everybody else is looking, and Oh, and I was wrong. It was Bonnie that was saved. That not Nami. Nami's on the ship. Giant robot. Oh god, and then we got Caribou falling out of his crate. No good. Another failure. Blast it. Why isn't it possible to control the urges of living creatures? Look, someone just popped out. Oh. Well, drat. I don't know who that is, but thanks for saving us, whoever you are. The only things I ordered the Mecha Shark to do were recon. I'm a little taken aback. This is so different from what everybody was expecting. Were recon, report, and bombard. I don't want it to eat anything because no valuables are left behind. An error in the programming, I suppose. Now, just a minute, you filthy pirates. Who said anything about saving you? I'm just a humble genius scientist hired by the government. You can call me Dr. Vegapunk. She's hot! So Vegapunk's been a woman this entire time, and she's a hottie. Sanji's gonna have a minute. Everybody assumed that Vegapunk was like this kind of like goofy old man, whatever, like blah blah blah. But Vegapunk's like this, like she kind of looks like a weird mix between Nami and Koala, and like honestly a little bit of Sanji. She's kind of got that hair swoopy thing going over her eye. And she honestly kind of looks a little bit like Uta, but again, maybe that's like the hair. Wow, what a surprise. Her arms are a lot, like maybe it's just how it's like drawn, but her arms feel like they're really long. Weird. At least the one, because it's wrapping around like her helmet. So Dr. Vegapunk's a woman, not an elderly old man, and she has a badass giant robot. Now, here's the thing. I think it said Vega Force 1, but it has a 12 on it. So maybe it's like, this is her plane. This is her main mode of transportation, but it's the 12th version, I guess. I don't know. Wow. So, okay. So we got some stuff in this chapter. Vegapunk being a woman is like the least of it. It's like, I like her design. I think she looks awesome. It's surprising, but it's not the biggest point. The fact of the matter is, I think honestly, I'm a little surprised. I'm sure that many other people assumed that like, oh, they were heading towards a winter island. Maybe that was something else. I don't know. Keep hitting my mic. I'm a little surprised that we've run into Vegapunk at this point. This is good for Frankie. Frankie can get some upgrades. This is good for maybe even Usopp. Usopp can get some invention ideas. This could be a boost to all their, like, I mean, obviously, like, Zoro and, like, Zoro and Nami and Brook, or not Nami, Zoro, Sanji, Robin, and Brook don't really use, like, any kind of gadgets, but, like, this could be really big for, like, Nami, who maybe get another update to her Climate Act, Usopp for his, like, Kabuto, and then obviously Frankie is gonna, like, freak out because it's, like, Vegapunk, right? So that's super cool, and Vegapunk knows the secrets behind the devil fruits! Okay. This could open up a lot of doors. Now, it's a week break in like a day. It's like 15 days because it's on a Monday next chapter instead of the typical Sunday. So it's next week we're off entirely, and then it's like not Sunday but Monday, which is typical. Oda would break right now, right here, right? But this could be like, if Oda stays on course. I think what we'll get another chapter with Vegapunk, but it'll end with her being like, and the secret of the devil fruits are ... and then it'll be jumping to something else, maybe something around Kobe or whatever, in the chapter following. But we're very close to finding out significant secrets about Vegapunk, or not about Vegapunk. Well, yeah, it's about Vegapunk, but very significant things about devil fruits. And the fact that this chapter but like it's like coming up on the end of like, oh, Bonnie's wondering about Luffy's devil fruit, and like why he looks white, and that's when he says he's free. Then I have a feeling that we are gonna learn something about devil fruits. Maybe not the whole truth, but I can't imagine Oda bringing us to Vegapunk's island and then just, just leaving it at that. Nobody asks any questions, and they just leave it. So I can't imagine that we're not going to get anything. Beyond that, it's like, I mean, that's like their encounter with the giant robot shark, which is basically their sub. Beyond all that, though, we get some interesting interactions. So obviously Tashigi and Smoker went to Vegapunk to get some medicine for the kids, and that's what we're seeing here, where it's like, oh, they're giving the medicine to the kids, and in theory, they're all shrinking back to their original sizes. But I think the most interesting thing here, and it's kind of understated in a way. Nobody mentions it specifically, and it's all in the Oda boxes. But like, you've got Helmeppo, you've got this girl Hibari, you've got this Prince Gus. They all have the title sword under that. So that's my thing. I could see us jumping back to this instead of whatever's going to go on Vegapunk's island. And I could see us learning more about sword instead. And that would be just as interesting, because there's a lot of like stuff going on there. Is Garp part of it? Is Sengoku? Well, I think, is Sengoku already confirmed to be part of Sword? Pretty sure the two of them are. Who else? Maybe Smoker, although Shishigi does not have that title. But who knows? It could be just the kind of thing where Smoker's part of it, but kind of like on the outs, because he's like, I don't know, maybe he's like an agent for them to like keep an eye on everything, so he doesn't have that title. But I don't know. My point is, it's interesting to see a bunch of sword people together, and like again, they don't mention it, so it's not like oh, we're comrades in the same secret organization or whatever. But like, it's like Oda just wants us to remember, hey, sword is a thing, and hey, here are a few more characters that are going to be in it. And when we finally get to the moment where we see whatever the full page spread where it's like all of them together, and we get Garp and Sengoku and maybe Smoker and obviously Kobe and I guess Helmeppo are in it. But when we finally get to that point, we'll have a big blowout of a surprise. Maybe somebody that we didn't even think would be part of Sword. But I think so. That's interesting. I also think it's interesting. It seems like the G14 base is basically located in this Prince Gus's kingdom. So that's an interesting location for a naval base, because usually their big bases are like, yeah, they could be located in a town, but like they don't usually take up the whole thing. If they take up the whole thing, they are the island. That's it. It's a naval base. That's it. There's nothing else. So it's interesting to see that like, oh, they've taken up in this like what seems to be a kingdom, and then they've got the prince who is a rear admiral, but not a vice admiral. So I guess he's in charge of some things, but not everything. One thing's for sure is that they are close by, because Helmeppo makes a point of saying like, yo, hey, we're pretty close to Egghead. So clearly there's going to be some cross-pollination. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Smoker is on Vegapunk's island. Maybe he's picking up medicine. We didn't see him, so he's got to be doing something important, not just sleeping somewhere. So maybe he's on Vegapunk's island and they run into him. And maybe Luffy and his group run into him first, and then there's a little bit of a weird conflict, and I don't know. And maybe then we'll get another title card for him that'll have Sword in it. One of the other big things is Helmeppo mentions the Seraphim. So that's something that if Vegapunk has them on the island, then she could theoretically show Luffy and the crew about that, and that could be how they learn about the Seraphim. And also, it's interesting that like, so Helmeppo, he's a lieutenant commander, which is not terribly low. I mean, I don't know what the hierarchy in the Marines is for One Piece, but it can't possibly be terribly low. But he knows about the Seraphim. So is the Seraphim a secret where only specific people know about it, and maybe he only knows about it because of Sword? or is it something that's becoming a bit more well known, at least through the Marines and the Navy? It's hard to say. I mean, it's the kind of thing where it's like they needed something to replace the warlords after getting rid of them. So maybe it isn't all that big of a secret. But I don't know. I mean, the fact that he's just like, we could take the Seraphim. I mean, that's not a bad idea, because it seemed like the weird Boa one was giving Blackbeard some kind of a pushback. So then, granted, he got away. So clearly they weren't able to stop him to begin with. I don't know. What an interesting development this is. So next chapter, the possibilities. Not that we're going to get it, but the possibilities. We could get more of Vegapunk and talking about the devil fruits, talking about the Seraphim, giving Frankie and Usopp, and even by extension Nami, upgrades to their weaponry. We could get more about Sword and what their involvement with all of this is. We don't have a clear idea on them. We need to see some more secretive stuff going on with that. We could get Smoker showing up, and maybe he's on the Egghead Island. And that makes sense, because now that we're getting like a really good look at this, it's like a giant egg that's been cracked open and then a weird ring around it. Oh, weird. But there's a lot of stuff that we could get in the next chapter, and I hope that Oda doesn't just completely jump away and do what manga artists do all the time when they want to reveal something big, and then they jump away to something completely innocuous and completely uninteresting. Although we've been hitting really, really interesting stuff a lot over the last half a year, so it's not like you could jump to something that's going to be like super boring. But I do want to hear more from Vegapunk and see what she has to say about all this. So I don't know. I think I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Was this shocking to you when you learned that? Like, again, it's not a big deal. I like her design, but I think everybody was expecting Vegapunk to be this like dude, this old dude, this like crazy old dude with giant like goggle things on his face, and like I don't know, I have a picture in my head but I can't describe him, but like this weird looking dude, and then it's like, oh, hottie in a bodysuit and like a big old jacket, and I don't know, I like her design. So let me know what you guys thought about this. Where do you think we go next? Do we think we jump away, or do you think that the Straw Hats are going to learn some really big news next chapter about devil fruits or the Seraphim? So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. And if you want to see more from me, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. That way you won't miss out on any One Piece content that I upload. I will see you guys in another video, hopefully very, very soon. See ya.